Hey everybody, welcome back to Play the Game HQ. And if this is your first time on the channel, thank you so much for watching. I'm Daniel, and this is Dice Miner, a game that has very quickly climbed the ladder to become one of our favorite games in the house. It has just been a joy to learn and to play. I'd seen it for a while. I'd seen this cool little mountain with the dice and always wanted to play it, but had no concept of what the game actually was. And I am overwhelmingly happy with what I got in this game. It is doing exactly what it's trying to do and nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't overly complicate things. It's not so simple that it gets boring really quick. It is a quick to the table game with a super fast setup. You literally pour the dice into the mountain and start playing. But there are so many opportunities for decision making as the game goes on that it keeps it really engaging, really fun, and you never feel like you're out of the game. So the core of the game is you're going to be drafting dice. You're going to be taking turns drafting dice from the mountain. And I do have a full tutorial for this game. So if you want to watch that, we'll leave a link. We'll put a little pop-up here when that comes out, and we'll leave a link in the description. So we're not going to get into all of the rules, but I'll go through enough so you can understand why I like this game so much. So the core of the game is you're going to take turns drafting dice from the mountain. You have to take from the top, not from the sides. And you're going to be adding to your trove of dice. And each different color of dice does something different when you're scoring or when you're going through the game. The white dice or the tunnel dice, those are going to score for having sequences of dice. You can see here I have a sequence of 1 through 5. Your sequences have to start with 1, which can be pretty tricky when this is what your mountain looks like, but there are ways to mitigate that. When you have your sequence done, you're going to score for the total value of the sequence. So this is a sequence of 1 through 5 has 15 pips on it. That's 15 points. A sequence of 1 through 3 has 6 pips. That's 6 points. So very simple scoring, but a challenge to get a good sequence made or good sequences made so you can score multiples. The magic dice let you re-roll any dice that you have. You get to they let you re-roll for 1 dice for each symbol shown. So you're going to be spending those to re-roll, which is one of the ways that you're going to be able to mitigate a really not great mountain setup like this. Your hazard dice show dragons and cave-ins. You're going to lose 1 point for each symbol shown on those, but if you have a shield, you can offset dragons. If you have a pickaxe, you can offset cave-ins, and you don't have to offset all of the symbols. One shield will not only offset dragons, it will turn those from negative points into positive points, which is a pretty cool strategic choice to be able to take those and either have a shield from your card, which I'll talk about in a second, or to really hunt around for shields to multiply your points. There is some risk involved in that because you're going to re-roll your dice in between rounds. So you may start out with a great dragon defense in the first round and then have a bunch of cave-ins that you can't defend in the second round. The gems are, you're just going to score for the gems shown. Whoever has the most gems each round is going to score double the points for the gems. But the gems are really, so you just check the gems and you score for those. And then the last thing, also the green dice, the tool dice, you have your chests. Those in between rounds allow you to save 1 dice for each chest. It allows you to lock it in between rounds, but then you re-roll all the other dice. So I may have a really great hand here, a really great trove of dice that turns awful in the second round or the third round. So there is a lot of risk. There's a lot of variability, or not variability. There's a good bit of randomness because it is dice. It's never going to be the same game. But I feel like even though there is all of that randomness, there's always an opportunity to do something. If you re-roll in your second round and you have terrible dice in front of you, you can focus on drafting magic dice so you can re-roll those, or you focus on gems and you go with that route. There's plenty of things you can do. I never found myself in a place where I couldn't make something out of what I had in front of me. The last cool element that I'm going to talk about is the beer. This is the beer dice. If you have a beer dice, then on your turn, you can roll that dice and give it to someone else. And then you get to draft 2 dice. Now that does 2 things. Every color of dice has a beer on it. So you may be giving them something good, or you may have a hazard dice with a beer on it and be able to kind of stick it to them and give them a dice that they don't have protection for if it rolls the right way. You may also give them, if they've got a bunch of shields, you may be giving them a dragon dice that's going to really, really help them and score them more points. So there's a lot of chance. There's enough player engagement in drafting from the same mountain, from the same dice pool, that there's that fun tension and frustration in the game. I really enjoy that because it's not like a direct, I'm going to stick it to you. It's not take that, but there is the like, oh, we all like, there's one in the mountain and everyone needs it. Everyone's trying to get to it. And we're trying to figure out how to get to it the quickest. There's that fun tension, but I just feel like it's a very replayable game. It's enjoyable every time. It's quick to the table. It takes 20 minutes to play. It's a simple rule set. It doesn't overcomplicate things. The only thing outside of the dice is these, excuse me. The only thing outside of the dice is these hero cards, and these just have a couple of dice symbols at the bottom that you can use once per round. You have them for the whole game. You can use them once per round. Beyond that, it sticks to exactly what it's trying to do, which is to be a really fun, engaging dice drafting game, dice manipulation. Doesn't have any weird rules that complicate things. It just walks that line of being simple, but having enough decision-making space and enough complexity that it keeps it interesting and keeps you wanting to come back to it. And it's short enough that I'm happy to play 2 or 3 games in a row in it. It was just a lot of fun. It's been a joy to have on our table. I'm so glad we finally broke down and got it. I'm glad that our local game store had it and I saw it. I have no regrets about buying it. If this sounds like a game for you, I hope you get a chance to play it. We'll leave a link below to that tutorial and to where you can buy a copy of it if you want to. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. I'll be happy to answer as quick as I can. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.